Good morning. I'm Brian Murray. I direct the Nicholas Institute for Energy, Environment, and Sustainability. We're a university-wide interdisciplinary hub at Duke that is focused on accelerating solutions to the world's most critical energy, environment, and sustainability problems. We do that through promoting and conducting actionable research, developing transformative experiences for tomorrow's leaders, educational experiences, and directly engaging with decision makers in the public sector, private sector, and community groups to help amplify our impact. We're one of the driving forces behind the Duke Climate Commitment, which is a university-wide impact-oriented initiative to address the climate crisis through research, education, engagement, and campus operations. So with that as background, welcome to the Energy Data Analytics Symposium, Accelerating Sustainability in the AI Era. I know this isn't the first AI era, but it's a big AI era. I remember the first one. I was young. Teeth were a little bit green at the time, but now this is real. It's saturated through all aspects of life, and particularly in energy and sustainability. So this event has really been years in the making. In 2015, we launched the Energy Data Analytics Lab, led by the inimitable Dr. Kyle Bradbury. A few years later, we were fortunate to be awarded a grant from the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation to establish the Energy Data Analytics PhD Fellows Program. The objective of that program was to combine doctoral training in energy and data sciences at Duke. And to do that, obviously to bring two disciplines together so that data scientists could learn more about energy and energy scientists could learn more about data science and data analytics. That led to the first Energy Data Analytics Symposium, scheduled for mid-2020 in person, which ultimately led to a wonderful but remote event in late 2020, December 2020, where we actually had a couple hundred people online. It was quite interactive, considering no one was in the same room. The Fellows Program was soon extended with another grant from the Sloan Foundation to expand to train more doctoral students and include other universities in North Carolina State University, UNC Chapel Hill, UNC Charlotte, North Carolina A&T University, and UNC Greensboro. So here we are now in 2023 at our second symposium, very much live and very much alive. A lot has happened in that time. A global pandemic, incredible advances in the energy transition, data sciences, and computing that makes a gathering like this even more timely and critical. I mean, it's really amazing in the 5 or 6 years since we've been doing this to see those advances. We're basically in the middle of re-engineering the grid, and that's not just a matter of putting up new poles and wires like it once was. It involves a full digital revolution necessary to go from a passive one-way movement of power to a dynamic multi-dimensional grid that handles a mix of variable and dispatchable resources and a multitude of flows of information. So data and science are really critical to the sustainability challenges of the day. And we're moving fast. We've had more system change in the last few years than we've seen for 100 years since the grid in this country was first built out. So for that, I really have a lot of people to thank. First, people that will be embodied in a person, but the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, who's funded our program and this symposium. We're going to hear from Sloan's Evan Michelson in a moment, and I will introduce him, but I don't want to go too much farther without thanking him and Sloan. I want to thank my Duke colleagues, Kyle Bradbury, who directs the Energy Data Analytics Lab, and also was a primary force behind the symposium. Trey Gowdy, who is a unicorn that has this rare blend of strengths, technical, organizational, and communication. Plus, he's a really nice guy. So he has covered everything from high-level conceptualization of the conference to minute details of planning. Braden Wellborn and the communications team and everyone else here at the Nicholas Institute who's making people know about what it is that we're doing, and we'll continue to know about it after today's events. Thank you for that. I also want to thank, and he'll be introduced in a moment, our keynote speaker, the administrator of the Energy Information Administration, Joe DeCarlos, friend from down the road at NC State. Good that we could bring you back into town for an event. I also want to thank NASA for their funding for this efforts. But now I want to turn to our partners from University of Wisconsin-Madison, led by Morgan Edwards, who's on the faculty at the La Follette School of Public Affairs. We joined forces a couple of years ago to conceptualize, plan, and resource this event, and it's been a wonderful experience for us here. I would now like to welcome Morgan to the podium to provide some comments.